Hello, darlings. I'm back. It's been a couple months, but it's just, things get busy. I had a lot going on with work, and it was like one thing after another. I mean, for starters, and this is going to be so silly to you, I had like three of my nails broke. And so, yeah, I was like, you know what? That's it. I'm going to just cut them all off and start over again. So it's like when you see a guy you know for a long time who's always worn a beard, and one day he just shaves off that beard and he just looks funny. That's how my hands look to me. They just look funny. So I was like, I don't want to show a pen without my nails. So yeah, it's like a whole process for them to grow back. It takes about a month and a half for them to get long again. So that's why I was like, I'll just start over. But you know what? I was just like, oh, forget it. I'll just, whatever. Let's just do this. Let's just do this. It's been too long. But I have received some pens from Appleboom for review. And the first one I want to show you is this really interesting pen from the Montblanc Great Character series. In this box, it is the Enzo Ferrari Special Edition. Yeah, that's Enzo right there, driving a Ferrari, probably. Enzo Ferrari was a famous entrepreneur, as you know. I'm sure you're very familiar with his automobiles, the Ferrari. I think of Ferrari, and I think way back when I was growing up and we used to watch a TV show called Magnum PI. Yeah. He drove a red Ferrari, and whenever I think of Ferrari, I think of Magnum PI. That's just something that's ingrained into my brain now. I mean, it would be nice to own a Ferrari, right? And I guess if you can't afford to purchase a Ferrari because it's what, like six figures or more for a Ferrari? I don't know how much Ferraris are going for these days. I haven't sat down and priced them, so let's be honest here. But let's just say if you can't get a Ferrari, why not consider the pen? Inside that box, got a little booklet that has a history of Ferrari. So on the cover, I have Enzo Ferrari with his signature. And let's open it up here. And there's a nice photo of the pen that's inside, along with another photo of Enzo. And yeah, so that's, it's a nice looking book. Nice keepsake book to go with your pen. And then there is another box, the box within the box of the pen. This is where the pen's stored. And if this will make you feel any better, so let's say you can't get the wonderfully fabulous Italian sports car Ferrari, a red Ferrari, maybe this will make you feel like you got a Ferrari, since this is a Ferrari official product. That's right. This, for real, that's what the sticker says. Ferrari official product, and it's numbered. Let's go ahead and open up this box, and there's our pen in the flesh, not on the book, but now we have the pen. So let me take this out. It's actually, wow, it's like a little fancy bedroom in here. It's nice and plush. Here is our pen. It's very nice, actually. What I really like about this pen is you look closer at the red precious resin. You might see some aesthetics that go with the appearance of the Ferrari itself. So there's just little lines here, that you would see on the Ferrari, and the lines that go across on the barrel and stuff. It's something that meant to mimic the construction of the automobile, obviously, which I think is a really nice touch. So in a way, it is like having a Ferrari. The red precious resin is inspired by the Rosso 70 Annie. I know I'm probably not saying that correctly, but it is a Ferrari red that is very famous, and so the pen is inspired by that. And I like that it has silver trim. I think that goes very nice. And if you look closely at the back of this cap, right in this area, you'll see that it does have the prancing horse emblem that you find on the car itself. So I think that's really cool. Also on the finial, I want to point out that it's important. You have the Montblanc emblem, and it's yellow. And the yellow is meant to pay homage to Enzo Ferrari's birth town, which is Modena, Italy, Modena. So that is meant to pay homage to his birthplace, which I think that's really nice. You know, if this is a pen about Enzo Ferrari, you know, that kind of points to a little history of his upbringing. The clip, which not really springy, but you could obviously slide this, you know, into your shirt pocket or wherever you want to clip your pen at. But there is an inscription on the clip, and it reads, "You cannot describe passion. You can only live it." That is a quote from Enzo himself, which that's actually a really cool quote if you think about it. It's like, I mean, you can't really describe how something feels unless you actually experience it, right? And that's what he's trying to say. And I have to say, the guy, being a famous entrepreneur and race car driver, he might know what he's talking about. I mean, the guy is the founder of Ferrari. Let's look underneath that hood. Just, I know, the puns. I'm gonna make so many puns with this. Let's take a look at that nib. And let me see if I can find something where you can see it a little bit closer. So if you look closely at that nib, you will see that there is a 250 GTO steering wheel engraved onto that nib. And it is 14 karat gold. So you do have a nice 14 karat gold nib. The one complaint I do have regarding this pen is that the feed is plastic. In my opinion, when you're getting a pen like this, you know, it's a special edition Montblanc pen. Why does the feed have to be plastic? I mean, why can't it be ebonite? Something, you know, something with a little more, you know, something fancy. I mean, you're spending money on a fancy pen. Why can't the whole thing be really fancy? You know, how hard would it be for them to put an ebonite feed in here? Come on, let's be honest here. How hard would it be? Small rant over. The pen is also a piston filling system. I, however, will not be filling this pen with ink. It's on loan. I'm just going to be dipping the nib to test it out and you know, see how the nib feels. So I won't be able to keep, you know, tell you about what the ink flow is like and all that stuff. The section matches the rest of the pen, which is a plus for me that they didn't skimp out on here and make, you know, put like some generic black resin, whatever. So I do appreciate that it matches. That's always a bonus for me. It might be for you too. I don't know. I mean, you can write in the comments if it is or not, or if it's not a big deal. Does the pen post? I don't believe it does. I'm not going to force it either. I don't want to scratch it up. And the last thing I want to do is end up owing Joost Appelboom a bunch of money for this pen. This isn't a planned purchase. So it would be kind of reckless for me to do that. You know, it's like driving recklessly. Get it? Okay. I personally wouldn't post it. I would post, you know, I would probably write with the pen, holding it like this anyway. I'm not really one who posts my pens. It does feel really comfortable in the hand. You know, it's a nice weight, feels really good. So there's that. I kind of feel like if the, you know, the cap posted on the back of it, it would really weigh this down a bit too much, and I don't think it would feel very good. But this overall, I mean, it feels really nice. Overall, it's a nice looking pen. I guess the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dip this nib into ink, and let's see how that nib feels. Thank you so much for joining me for this look at the Montblanc Great Characters limited edition Enzo Ferrari fountain pen. It is a nice looking pen, and like I said before, you know, if you can't afford the Ferrari automobile, why not invest in a Ferrari fountain pen? Why not? I mean, it's a nice collector's edition. It is an official, I mean, the box says right here, it's got the sticker, official product. So technically you are buying a Ferrari, and you could tell all your friends and family that, like, yeah, I bought a Ferrari. You know, they have no idea at first that you're talking about the pen, and you whip out the pen, and you're like, yeah, it's a pen. It writes fast. So the price over at Appleboom, I noticed that the price does fluctuate a bit depending on what the euro to dollar ratio is. And the last time I checked it, it was at $1,150. I mean, you know, it's pricey, but you know, for $1,150, you are investing into the reputation of Montblanc. You're buying a special edition pen. You know, it is commemorative piece. To be honest, for $11.50, I mean, I don't think it's a bad investment. And I'm talking like, this is like a collector's pen. You know, I'm more of a, you know, if we're gonna really get into this, I'm more of a pen accumulator. So it's like, I see a pretty pen, I want to buy it. But there's a certain point where I don't go over, a certain price point that I don't go over and go nuts, right? I'm talking like, this is the pen that collectors collect. You know, I'm talking about those pen people who buy those really fancy, you know, Monte Grappa pens that are like, you know, 5,000, thousands. This is one of those. But it is not priced where it is like $5,000. It's a $1,000 pen that you could actually have as an everyday writer, you know, and if something happens to it, it's not, oh man, that costs like $8,000. No, it's just $1,000. There really just is no way to like soften the blow of that price, in my opinion. So I did the best I could. I did find that the nib writes very smooth, as to be expected. My apologies, I can't really report to you on what the ink flow is like for this pen, but I have to say that, you know, as to be expected from a Montblanc nib, it writes very nice, very smooth. I enjoy that very much. You know, I don't mind a little feedback, but every once in a while I like to have a pen that writes, you know, kind of, you know, on that really smooth side. So be sure to check out Appleboom and see what types of other Montblanc pens and inks they do carry. They carry more Montblancs than just this Ferrari pen. So that's really all I have to say about it. I do appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. And that's how the ink flows.